As mentioned, my name is Paul Mampilli, and today I'm going to show you how to profit from a new technology that experts are calling one of the most significant discoveries since fire. Others call it a miracle and the last innovation we'll ever need. Major consulting firms predict this technology will create 2.3 million jobs in the next 2 years and give businesses the chance to raise profits across the board by nearly 50%, which is why the big money is piling in. Microsoft has dedicated $12 billion to this technology, and IBM is investing $15 billion. Google is spending $30 billion. Intel has already put up $32 billion to acquire multiple startups in this space for the single goal of pushing this technology forward. The list goes on and on. Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Target, Walmart, Home Depot are spending billions upon billions of dollars. Forbes writes, if there's one thing the world's most valuable companies agree upon, it's that their future hinges on this technology. Today, this technology is worth around $20 billion. By comparison, similar innovations like the internet are worth $5 trillion, smartphones $355 billion, computers $478 billion. So this industry is tiny in comparison. However, the world's leading researchers estimate this technology will explode higher from today's levels, surging into a $15.7 trillion industry in the next 5 years, bigger than all of these other technologies combined. That's 76,000% growth. That's right, 76,000%. And this technology won't just benefit the economy. A Stanford University study shows this technology could save the lives of as many as 360,000 innocent victims every year and will make great strides in solving the world's major problems such as pollution, disease, and hunger, which is why the world's largest governments are piling in as well. Washington has budgeted $18 billion for this technology next year. The European Union recently decided to spend $24 billion on this technology, and China plans to spend even more, a massive $150 billion. Mark my words, this technology is the single greatest investment opportunity in modern history. Bigger than the internet, bigger than smartphones, bigger than computers. It's even bigger than blockchain, electric cars, and the Internet of Things. The most exciting part about this technology is that absolutely no one is talking about the little-known Midwestern company at the forefront of it all. This innovative company, the one inside this building you see here, holds the key that will unlock this technology's full potential, sending it soaring 76,000%. And today, on this very stage, I'm going to give you all the details on this company. If you invest within the hour, you can scoop up shares of this company before this industry rallies 76,000%. Now, you can start with a small $50 stake if you would like. Then sit back as this technology revolution heats up and watch your gains rack up to $10,000 in profits, then $100,000, and then $1 million. Now, to be clear, opportunities to exponentially grow your money like this are not common. The markets are notoriously difficult to time. However, I have never seen an opportunity as enormously profitable as this in all my 30 years in the investment industry. I know this may seem a bit optimistic on my part, but that's exactly what a lot of folks thought the last 3 times I delivered a presentation just like this one. In my first presentation, I tipped them off to an Internet of Things stock that soared 338%. In my second presentation, I revealed an energy firm that jumped 125%. And in my most recent presentation, I told them about a precision medicine company that surged 524%. Most incredible of all, each of these gains came within 1 year of giving my presentation, and those who invested in these companies made fortunes. Take a look. Here's a note I received from Mary Fisher. She wrote me early on to let me know she made $10,000 in 2 months. Here's another from Terry and Gina Weston. They emailed saying they made $12,000 in 2 weeks. Take a look at this one from Mark Howard. He made over $191,000. And Dave McCarthy has made so much money, he says it will pay for his children to go to college anywhere they want to go. I also heard from Christian Bentley, who made $55,000, Paul Chapman, who made $150,000, and Cicely Pritchard, a 60-year-old grandmother who made $60,000 on just one of my recommendations. Chris Fortier, a mechanic, made an entire year's salary of $65,000. Fred Declan grew his account by 80%, a $71,000 gain. Charles Harmon started with a small $4,000 stake and quickly grew it to $120,000. And Pete Jeffries is up well over $100,000. Later on, I'll introduce you to a couple from upstate New York who started with $175,000 in cash. Within a year, they grew their net worth to over $15 million, thanks to the recommendations I shared with them. Now it's your turn. And the exciting part for you is this. The opportunity I'm going to give you today in this presentation is bigger than the 3 opportunities I gave in my last 3 presentations combined. It's massive. It could make you rich, extremely rich. Think $10 million rich, maybe more, and it's happening right now. However, before I reveal what this technology is and the company at the forefront of it all, it's important for you to understand who I am and why I left my $25 billion asset management company on Wall Street to give you this very message today. Again, my name is Paul Mampilli. For years, I was considered one of the top hedge fund managers on Wall Street. In fact, Barron's named our hedge fund one of the world's best, and Kiplinger ranked us in the top 1%. In 2008, I was invited to take part in a high-stakes investment competition with several of the world's greatest investors. They gave me $50 million, and I turned it into $88 million, a 76% return, and that was in 2008, during the worst market on recent record. My success led me to manage money for the Royal Bank of Scotland and private Swiss banks. One millionaire used my recommendations to grow a $5 million account into $29 million in just 16 months. And there's a good chance you've seen me on major media outlets such as Fox Business News, CNBC, and Bloomberg. However, after 25 years on Wall Street making billions for the ultra-wealthy, I walked away. I grew tired of the corporate greed, the 16-hour workdays that took me away from my family, and there's Wall Street's endless thirst for more power and more money. So 2 years ago, I started on a new mission. Rather than making the 1% even richer, I'm now using my skill set to show hardworking Main Street Americans how to get rich instead. I do this by letting them look over my shoulder at my model portfolio so they can see the types of investments I used to recommend to my wealthy clients. And the results have been outstanding. Take a look. In the last 2 years, the market has gained roughly 36%. However, those who followed my recommendations have raked in total gains from all our open and closed trades of 1,106%, which is why so many have written me saying they've turned thousands into hundreds of thousands and tens of thousands into millions. But as remarkable as these gains are, let me be clear. The opportunity in front of you today is even bigger. Now, you can get started with as little as $50 if you like. However, the bottom line is that buying shares of this Midwestern company at today's levels could set you up for a multi-million-dollar windfall. And that's because this company is at the center of a new technology that will transform society. And as the market for this technology grows 76,000% into a $15.7 trillion industry, it will give those who invest today the chance to become incredibly rich. This technology is already making waves in several industries. Netflix uses it to save $1 billion per year. Amazon is another early adopter. This technology helped them increase business efficiencies by 400%. Google is using it to reduce energy waste in their data centers, which is their key business unit, by 40%. And it's not just big technology firms who are getting on board. This technology has already helped Rio Tinto, a mining company, increase the output of its mines by 20%. Siemens, the German manufacturing company, is using this technology to cut emissions in their warehouses by up to 15%. Financial services firms even predict this technology will help them increase their business productivity by as much as 80% while cutting human errors in half. And get this, our own federal government can use this technology to save $41 billion each year. State governments can use it to save $933 million each. That's close to $100 billion in annual savings. The potential applications for this technology are simply endless. But what nobody on Wall Street understands is that this little-known Midwestern company, the one you see here, is the key that will help make it all possible. In a moment, I'll give you everything you need to go out and invest in this company today. And while I know you are eager to find out what this technology is, I can't tell you just yet. Because if I revealed it now, despite everything I just told you, you might laugh at me. You might get up and walk out, because this technology has actually been around for 30 years, but it hasn't taken off yet. And that's why I have to explain this diagram first. You see, what the vast majority of experts don't understand is that most game-changing technologies move like this. They rise and they fall for years until a catalyst appears that causes it to break out and leads to mass adoption. The biggest technologies can sit in this range for decades. Consider the car, for example. Most people credit Henry Ford for inventing the first car. The truth is, Carl Benz did it 30 years earlier. But Benz's model had a fatal flaw. He didn't have a way to mass produce it. Hence, for decades, the technology went nowhere. It just stayed in this range. That all changed when Henry Ford introduced a game changer to the auto industry, a catalyst that he called the assembly line. Suddenly, the automobile was affordable and the technology took off. In just over a decade, Ford manufactured over 15 million vehicles, becoming the premier automaker of the century. And those who doubted the technology were left eating their words. In one famous example, a banker told Ford's lawyer, "The horse is here to stay, but the automobile is only a novelty, a fad." The lawyer ignored the banker's advice and invested $5,000 in Ford stock. He later sold his shares for $12.5 million, a 250,000% gain. The computer is another example. The original 1946 models were as big as a house. That's because they were powered with large vacuum tubes that made them absolutely enormous. Which is why Thomas Watson, the chairman of IBM, saw a world market for maybe 5 of these large behemoths. But when companies like Microsoft invented a microchip that replaced the large vacuum tubes, it changed everything. The microchip was the catalyst. Suddenly, computers were smaller, faster, and affordable. Mass adoption took place. And that's why Microsoft stock soared 104,900%. And once again, those who doubted the technology were left eating their words. I'll give you one other example, the internet. Now, early versions of the web first appeared in the late 1960s. At first, this technology was merely a research hub for Silicon Valley insiders. It wasn't until the invention of email decades later that the internet went mainstream, connecting every person in home and office with a click of a mouse. Email was the catalyst that sent the technology soaring. And that's why internet service provider AOL and its famous "You've got mail" catchphrase saw its stock soar 70,626% as mass adoption took place. Once again, those who doubted the technology were left eating their words. My point is this: in order for a new technology to have mass appeal, it must have a catalyst. Like the assembly line for the car, the microchip for the computer, and email for the internet. If you can identify these catalysts early on and buy the company at the forefront of these catalysts, Ford, Microsoft, and AOL, you can make a quick fortune, 250,000%, 105,000%, and 70,000%. I've used this diagram to hit it big on numerous stocks throughout my career. Like Netflix in 2008, the company had already proven itself to be a major disruptor when it took down Blockbuster with its direct-to-home business model. But when it introduced its new video streaming technology, I knew that that was the way of the future. That was the catalyst that would pave the way for mass adoption. So I bought Netflix when it was trading for just $2 a share. Today, with over 130 million users worldwide, the stock trades for over $300. That's a 14,000% gain. The diagram also helped me find universal display. I knew ultra-high definition televisions would soon replace every television set in our living rooms. So I keyed in on a leader in organic LED technology back in 2008. At just $12 a share, universal display was one of my favorite plays back then. And this year, the stock soared to $203. That's 1,591% for those who held on to that stock since then. Now here's one more example of how my diagram helped me. Sarepta Therapeutics. I discovered this company when it was in the early stages of developing the first major treatment for muscular dystrophy. Most people had never heard of the stock, but within 8 months, I cashed out with a 2,539% gain. This diagram has helped me time and time again throughout my career. I made 696% gain on Ariad Pharmaceuticals, 279% on Facebook, 298% on Whole Foods, 264% on Stratasys, 327% on Olympus, 268% on CMAX, 266% on Grifols, 355% on Exact Sciences, 738% on Core Mining, and many more. These gains transformed my life more than I can tell you. Each were the result of getting in before the catalyst sent the stock soaring to mass adoption. But as great as they were, the opportunity in front of you today is bigger, much bigger. That's because this company has developed the catalyst that will cause the most important technology in the world to reach mass adoption. And just like people doubted the use of the automobile, the computer, and the internet, people have doubted this technology too. That's because it's been stuck in this range for the last 30 years. But they're not focusing on the one catalyst set to usher in this breakthrough any day now, nor have they zoned in on the one little-known Midwestern company that holds the key. I'll prove to you in a moment why I believe this company's secret catalyst will send this technology into the stratosphere, ushering in a $15.7 trillion revolution that transforms our world. Now again, there is no crystal ball when it comes to the markets. That's why I'm going to set the stage and prove to you beyond the shadow of a doubt that this opportunity is happening now. If everything plays out like my research says it will, you'll have the chance to reap an incredible windfall. Imagine riding the wave higher as this industry surges 76,000%. Depending on how much you invest, you could easily make 1 million, maybe 10 million. It's up to you. The more you put into this opportunity, the more you can make. I already showed you that this will be bigger than technologies like the internet, smartphones, and computers. However, this technology will also be bigger than the world's largest industries: oil, food, real estate. It's even bigger than the economies of China, India, and major European nations. So just what is this technology? It's artificial intelligence, or AI for short. Now, when most people think of AI, they think of robots and futuristic scenes from science fiction movies. But the technology is so much bigger than that, and it's taking the world by storm. In fact, take my phone, for example. AI powers hundreds of technologies on this phone. There's Google Search, Uber's dispatch network, Facebook's newsfeed system, LinkedIn, and many others. Netflix uses AI to recommend new shows based on my viewing history. Spotify does the same thing with music. YouTube does it with viral videos. And that's not all. AI helps websites such as TripAdvisor, as well as Priceline and Airbnb, help us plan the perfect vacation. So you see, it's not about robots. It's about making our machines smarter and being able to analyze billions of data points in a fraction of a second to accomplish in mere minutes what might take humans days. And that's why artificial intelligence is revolutionizing entire industries, like medicine. The University of Southern California is developing an AI that can predict the outbreaks of diseases like the flu before they strike. Researchers at the John Radcliffe Hospital are also working on AI systems that can diagnose heart disease and lung cancer earlier and more accurately than human doctors. The National Eye Center has done the same thing for eye disease. Others are working to equip AI with a sense of smell that can detect illness from the chemical compounds in human breath. And IBM is teaching its AI suite, Watson, to diagnose ailments with 30% greater precision than trained physicians. McKinsey estimates that preventative measures such as these could save 360,000 lives each year and reduce healthcare costs in the US by $300 billion. Globally, savings could exceed $2 trillion. But healthcare is just one industry that will see the benefits. The professional services industry, everything from doctors, lawyers, and engineers, is expected to see a $1.8 trillion impact as AI helps to automate routine tasks. Take a recent competition where 20 experienced lawyers went up against an AI algorithm to analyze 35 legal documents. While it took the lawyers 2.5 hours to do the work, an AI engine finished in just 26 seconds with 9% fewer errors. The list goes on and on. Retailers and wholesale groups could see profits increase by 59%, while driving $2.2 trillion in revenue. That's because this technology can predict demand based on seasonal trends, automate basic operations such as stocking and warehousing, and improve sales by customizing the in-store experience of every customer. And that's just a start. The communication industry expects to see a $1.4 trillion boost thanks to AI. Customer service will grow by $1.1 trillion. Salesforce, the customer relations management company, predicts AI will create 800,000 jobs in the space in the next 2 years. And it will have a $1.2 trillion impact on the financial services industry. The rise of autonomous vehicles, or cars powered fully by AI, will drive $2.5 trillion. This technology will also make our highways 90% safer, potentially saving 37,000 lives each year. The construction industry could see $500 billion in value added as profits improve by 71%. And the manufacturing industry will see a tremendous impact thanks to AI, rising by $3.8 trillion. Bottom line, every industry is starting to implement AI. A recent report from Genpact reveals that 82% of businesses plan to adopt this technology within the next 3 years. 82% in the next 3 years, which is why Forbes calls artificial intelligence the next big thing in the tech industry. Business Insider says it's the future of technology, and Andrew Ng believes AI will become so critical to society, he calls it the new electricity. Again, the total global impact of AI is expected to reach $15.7 trillion in just a handful of years. Others predict this technology could drive $5.8 trillion in economic growth each year, or $58 trillion in a decade. Yes, I said $58 trillion. That's why CBS News calls AI a game changer, why the New York Times reports it will transform the economy, and why Jeff Bezos, Amazon's founder and CEO, says AI will bring about a new golden age of technology, ushering in a renaissance that improves every business. But it won't just impact the economy. Several companies have already developed smart technology for our homes that will make our lives infinitely more convenient. Nest is developing smart thermostats that adjust the temperature based on the time of day and who's at home to save you money. Samsung is developing smart refrigerators that can monitor your food and place orders for groceries you're low on. One company, Oser, is developing smart bionic limbs that use artificial intelligence to predict a user's movement and what terrain they're on. Others are developing smart clothing embedded with tiny computers that adjust to heat or cool your skin based on the weather. And that's just the start. Artificial intelligence will be able to tell you the best way to save money based on your individual spending habits. It can monitor your heart rate, your blood pressure, and send this information to your doctor in real time. It can even clean your home without you having to ask. The possibilities are truly endless, and they're coming faster than you can imagine. Very soon, artificial intelligence will pass this threshold, entering a 76,000% rally that will reap tremendous windfalls for folks who get ahead of it. And the time to invest is right now, because AI just got its big catalyst. You see, in order for AI to work, it has to also be able to learn and retain all the information it gathers and then apply it to new tasks. To do that, AI needs one thing: a lot of memory, lots and lots of it. That's why AI has been stuck in this range for the last several decades. Over the last 30 years, computing power has risen exponentially as much as 1 trillion-fold, and the number of internet users has increased 25,000% since 1995, generating quadrillions of bits of data. However, and I want you to hear this, there hasn't been an innovation in memory technology in the last 30 years. Dating back to NAND flash memory in 1989. So while computing power has risen exponentially, we have been relying on the same outdated hardware to power our computers' memories. The company that can create a new class of memory that will power artificial intelligence will stand to become the most valuable company in the world, because that new class of memory will be the catalyst that leads to the mass adoption of AI. And today, one company in America's Midwest has done just that. This company is the undisputed leader in memory technology. Their memory chips have been described as the crude oil of the 21st century. That's because they can be found in virtually every technology that powers our world today. PCs, laptops, tablets, and your iPhone. Going forward, you'll see them in smart thermostats, smart cars, smart refrigerators, and smart bionic limbs. The best part is that this company has virtually no competition. It acquired nearly all of its major competitors, creating a near monopoly in its industry. Now, with its new memory chips, there's nothing stopping this company from launching into the stratosphere. Here's an up-close look at what these memory chips look like. They're a fraction of the size of standard computer chips. These new chips are 1,000 times faster than any on the market and can support 10 times as much data. This year, these chips are expected to penetrate 5% of the market. Within 3 years, they'll control 50% of the market, solidifying this company as the dominant memory player. From there, as the artificial intelligence market continues to take off, I predict that the figure will rise to 90%. This innovation is that huge. Ian Yang, Executive Vice President at Intel, says this Midwestern company's memory chips could revolutionize the whole memory industry. Bottom line, these chips are the key, the catalyst that is unlocking the true potential of the artificial intelligence market. Because going forward, AI won't just power basic algorithms like the ones Facebook uses for its newsfeed or that Netflix uses to recommend videos. Thanks to this unique innovation, artificial intelligence will soon begin solving major world problems like pollution, disease, and hunger. It will also give every business the chance to increase earnings by nearly 50%, which is why I am convinced this Midwestern company is the #1 stock you should buy as AI ignites a $15.7 trillion revolution, surging 76,000%. To be sure, I'm not the only one betting on this company. David Tepper, the highest paid money manager on Wall Street, has dumped 20% of his portfolio into this one stock. His largest holding, a $1.9 billion investment. It is the top holding in Vanguard's popular selected value fund to the tune of $4.4 billion. This company has already signed a $2.5 billion deal with Apple and an $8 billion deal with Intel. With this latest innovation, it expects its memory business to quickly grow to $62 billion. Today, I am recommending you buy this company with both hands, because while the stock market currently trades at 24 times earnings, and leading stocks such as Google, Netflix, and Amazon trade as high as 150 times earnings, this stock trades at just 5 times earnings. That's essentially 1/30 of these other companies. Best of all, you can buy a stake in this company for as little as $50. By comparison, a single share of Amazon trades for nearly $2,000. Google trades for over $1,000. Netflix trades for over $300. This stock is an absolute bargain at today's prices. If you're going to invest in any one company over the next decade, this company should be it. It will be like buying Ford, Microsoft, and AOL before they surged 250,000%, 105,000%, and 70,000%. Remember, AI is growing at an astonishing pace. It is on track to double every year for the next decade, surging into a $15.7 trillion industry by 2025, which is a 76,000% increase. If you want to ride this trend to exponential profits, you want to get in now. If you wait, it could cost you millions in potential gains. Artificial intelligence is developing so quickly that Ray Kurzweil, one of the seminal leaders in this field, says it will be able to perform as many neural calculations as the human brain within the next 2 years. We already have computers that match or exceed human abilities in things like chess, stock trading, and many other tasks. But soon, AI will be driving cars, curing diseases, discovering plants. It has already discovered 6,000 new craters on the moon. You will want to invest in this company now, while it's still early, and before Wall Street catches on. French President Emmanuel Macron states, "This technology won't happen in 50 or 60 years. It's happening now." That's why the European Union is investing $24 billion. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, says, "AI is advancing like a tidal wave. It is moving at a speed close to exponential." Mark Cuban says the world's first trillionaire will be the person that masters AI. That's why every major company, from Google to Amazon to Apple, is disrupting their entire business models so that they can become the leader in this technology. The Harvard Business Review writes, every serious technology company now has an artificial intelligence team in place. Companies like Google, Facebook, and Amazon are investing millions, and they aren't just employing AI, but they've made it a central part of their intellectual property. My point is, this technology is not happening in 10 years, not in 5 years. It's happening right now. And while many on Wall Street understand AI will be big, they don't realize that this little-known Midwestern company holds the key, the catalyst to mass adoption. It's the biggest opportunity in the market today. You can either sit back as others get rich off it, or dive in today and stake your claim with as little as $50. Remember, I have a proven track record investing in companies that are at the forefront of these major technological innovations. It's how I have helped millionaires make millions. It's how I've made my millions. But I've moved on to better things. I left Wall Street so that I could show folks like you how to make a fortune. Folks like you have already made hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions of dollars, based on my recommendations. But this opportunity in front of you now is easily the most profitable to date. From today's levels, the growth in the AI industry will be through the roof. Once it turns exponential, as it is already beginning, it will be too late to invest. You want to be in before that happens. Again, there is only one company today that is developing the memory chips that will make AI possible. It's the catalyst, pushing it past the threshold to mass adoption. I believe that buying this one company will give you the best chance to tap into AI's 76,000% growth over the next decade. Now, simply giving you the stock would be an absolute disservice to you, which is why I put all the details on this stock inside my latest report. how to ride AI's 76,000% surge for massive profits. If I were selling this report, it would cost $199. But I want to put this report in your hands today for free. If you are watching online, I want to do the same for you. In this report, I give you a full rundown on this company. I explain exactly why it's perfectly positioned at the center of AI revolution thanks to its advanced memory technology. I also explain why its memory business is set to quickly rise to $60 billion and from there to surge exponentially as artificial intelligence market climbs 76,000%. And I give you the precise ticker symbol so you can decide to go out and buy this company today starting with just $50. Again, this company trades at a bargain barrel price earnings ratio of just 5 times earnings. That's 5 times less than the average stock and 30 times less than leading stocks such as Google. You simply do not find that level of value anymore. Buying this stock today will be like buying Netflix 10 years ago, setting you up for gains of 14,000% or more. Except it won't take you 10 years to begin seeing these massive windfalls. It could come much, much faster. Remember, in the last 2 years, I've given 3 presentations just like this one. In the first one, I recommended people buy a unique stock tied to the Internet of Things revolution, the technology that connects billions of devices through the use of sensors. The technology was right here, and the company I recommended was the catalyst. I said, this company is set up to be the most important sensor company for the Internet of Things. Its combination of high volume usage and unique technology will send it exploding from today's levels. I recommended that stock when it was trading at $6. This year, it reached a high of $26. That's a 338% gain. I did it again last year in another presentation. I told folks to buy an energy company critical to the electric car market. Here's what I told them. It's becoming clear that this company's power plants are undervalued by a massive amount. Wall Street and the smart money players in the market know there is going to be an electricity shortage from the impending demand for electric cars. This is why now is the time to get in and buy. This stock traded for $15 when I recommended it a year ago. Now it's trading for $34. That's a 125% gain in a single year. And folks did even better when they followed my call on the precision medicine revolution, the technology that customizes medical treatments for individual patients. The precision medicine industry was right here. It just needed a catalyst. I recommended a company that specializes in the gene analysis of cancer patients. In that report, I wrote, precision medicine represents the cusp of something truly revolutionary in the healthcare field, and this company stands at the forefront of that development, set to be a disruptor of the healthcare industry. The stock was trading for $22 when I recommended it. 1 year later, Roche bought the company for $137 per share. Folks who followed my recommendation made a gain of 524%. After these recommendations, I received a flood of emails and letters from people all over the country telling me how these opportunities had changed their lives. Lee Anders said, I have made $34,000 on that stock alone. Christian Belly wrote me saying, I invested $4,000 initially and made a total net win of $120,000. And Raj Sherman emailed me with simply, wow, I am up 549%. Now it's your turn. It's your chance to make $1 million. If you want to invest more, you could make $10 million. Because as great as these three opportunities were, this is bigger. Remember, I've hit it big on several stocks throughout my career. As you can see here, 696% on Ariad Pharmaceuticals, 279% on Facebook, 298% on Whole Foods, 264% on Stratasys, 327% on Olympus, 268% on CEMEX, 266% on Grifols, 355% on Exact Sciences, 738% on Core Mining, 2,539% on Sarepta Therapeutics, and many more. Gains like these have changed my life beyond my wildest imagination. And I'm telling you, the biggest opportunity today by far lies in the artificial intelligence market. At the center of it all is this one company designing the memory chips that will enable the rapid mass adoption of this new technology. Again, I have all the details inside my report, which is called How to Ride AI's 76,000% surge to massive profits. And I want to get this report into your hands right away for free. This stock could be your path to a dream retirement. The only question you need to ask yourself is, what will I do when this one stock makes me $1 million? That's exactly what happened for one couple from upstate New York who follows my research, Jake and Virginia Edelman. When they first discovered me, they had $175,000 in cash. But thanks to my recommendation, they wrote me 6 months later to follow up, and that $175,000 had grown to $900,000. With this money, they were able to buy a condo on the beach, and now they are teaching their grandchildren to invest so they can be just as fortunate. And that was just the start for Jake and Virginia. I recently followed up with them, and today, thanks to my recommendations, they're worth more than $15 million. I want you to imagine what you would do if you suddenly had $15 million. Would you buy a condo on the beach like Jake and Virginia? Would you start a trust fund for your grandchildren? Travel the world? Give to your favorite charity, or just sit back and know you will never have to worry about money again? That's what I did. When I'd had enough of the 16-hour days on Wall Street, the tireless corporate greed, and time spent away from my family, I retired at the age of 42, knowing I'd made more than enough money to last my family and I the rest of our days. That gave me the opportunity to do what I'm passionate about, and that's using my skills to help Main Street Americans make a fortune. That's what I wish for you. I want to help you make $1 million, even $10 million. And there is no greater time in history to do so than by tapping into the powerful AI revolution at our doorstep. All the details are in my special report, How to Ride AI's 76,000% surge to massive profits. I want to send it out to every one of you at the end of this presentation. If you are watching online, you will get a digital version so that you can buy the stock right away. But I won't stop there. The opportunity in artificial intelligence is the best I've ever seen. I believe it will mint more millionaires and billionaires than at any other time in history. However, we are on the cusp of experiencing a myriad of new game-changing technologies that are sitting right here. And they have a catalyst that will send them skyrocketing, which is why I want to give you 2 additional bonus reports. The first bonus report is on blockchain. This is the technology that uses global computer networks to secure information more safely and permanently than ever thought possible. It is so advanced, it would take the world's most powerful supercomputer more than 1 billion years to crack its secret language. That's right, 1 billion years. Because once information is processed through the blockchain, it is locked into every computer in the network at the same time, creating a permanent, unalterable digital record. It is one of the biggest tech revolutions happening today, and it's replacing decades-old foundation of virtually every industry in the world. Everything you do, every bank transaction, every shipment tracked, every record made will be recorded safely and securely on a blockchain network. The bottom line for you is that disruptive technologies like blockchain can make early investors incredibly rich if they get in before the catalyst. And that's exactly where we are today, because this technology is expected to explode from a $4 billion industry into a $3.1 trillion mega industry as it surges in the coming years. And I have identified a single company positioned perfectly to profit from this explosive growth. Led by a PhD from MIT with 25 years of leadership in the microprocessor business, this California-based company has already claimed more than half of the blockchain market by itself. It is demolishing its competitors in this space. The revenue for this company has shot up $5.3 billion last year alone, blasting through expectations. But it's just getting started, because it is the only major chip maker to have signed an exclusive agreement with the largest blockchain user in existence, and with more than 250 of its corporate partners, including Bancorp, CME Group, Credit Suisse, Deloitte, Hewlett-Packard, JP Morgan, and Microsoft. The best part, this stock trades for around $20. I could easily see the stock reaching the $200 mark in the next 2 years. This gives you the chance to bag 1,000% gains, or 10 times your money, as the blockchain revolutionizes our digital infrastructure. Everything you need to know can be found in my exclusive report, Blockchain Fortunes, the company leading a $3.1 trillion revolution. I can have this report in your hands as soon as this presentation is over. And I have one other special report I'd like to send you. Precision medicine is disrupting the $3.4 trillion medical industry. It's a new method of curing disease based on individual patients' genetic makeup. This has become possible just over the last 10 years as the cost of sequencing a person's DNA has dropped from $100 million to just $1,000. This is enabling us to custom fit medical treatments to the individual, targeting the roots of every major illness right at the source. In fact, the Anderson Cancer Center performed a study on patients with end-stage diseases. It found that precision medicine increased the success rate of recovery by 440%. Indiana University performed a similar study and saw an 815% increase for treating various cancers. At the forefront of it all is one $3 billion company based out of Utah. This company is revolutionizing patient care through the discovery, development, and marketing of gene-based diagnostics tests. The last time I recommended a company tied to the precision medicine revolution, my readers saw a 524% gain on their money. But I believe this company could do far, far greater. I have all the details in my report, The Company Leading the Precision Medicine Revolution. The three technologies I just mentioned, precision medicine, blockchain, and AI, will radically transform our world in the coming years. Buying into technologies like these have made lifelong fortunes for early investors. Now it's your turn. The reports I just mentioned come to a combined value of $466. But I don't want you to pay 1 red cent for any of them. I want to give you these 3 reports for free. Because fact is, I spent 25 years of my life helping Wall Street turn millions into billions. Now, I've committed to spend the next 25 years showing hardworking Main Street Americans how they can get rich instead. And I'm doing it in a way that's truly unique. It's a way that gives you direct access to me, allowing you to essentially look over my shoulder and see the stocks I would otherwise be buying for my rich clients. I do this through a unique research advisory I publish called Profits Unlimited. This is a community of over 100,000 Americans from all walks of life who are dedicated to achieving financial freedom. At its core, Profits Unlimited is a simple 8-page newsletter I mail out once a month detailing the #1 stock on my radar. Every month, I spend at least 50 hours of my personal time, as well as employ a team of half a dozen people, searching through the market's various sectors to find what I believe is the best stock to buy right now. Plus, this newsletter includes a model portfolio of the stocks on my Buy Now list, stocks that I believe could double, triple, or even quadruple your money in the next year. Now, I began sending out Profits Unlimited 2 years ago, and over that time, the market has climbed over 36%. But my Profits Unlimited readers are sitting on over 1,106% in total open and closed gains. It is quite literally changing lives. In fact, Mark Howard recently told me he made $191,000 thanks to my recommendations, 15 times better than had he just left his money in a stock market index. And I've heard from many others who have made fortunes thanks to my research. Tim Sears wrote, "In 10 days, our account value went up by $627,573. Eric Jones says, since October 1st, my portfolio is up $167,000. Mike Blanchard tells me he's made a total profit of $1.1 million. And as mentioned earlier, there's Jake in Virginia, who started with just $175,000 and now have over $15 million. I want you to have the same success. That's why I want to invite everyone here to dramatically transform their financial life by joining Profits Unlimited today. The moment you join, you'll receive access to my model portfolio. The portfolio will tell you what to buy, and when to sell. To be clear, we won't just focus on AI stocks. As you've seen, my recommendations have made money on everything from healthcare stocks to gold mining stocks. Bottom line, if there's a chance to make money, regardless of the sector, I'm going to recommend it to you. You'll also receive my weekly podcast. I like to keep regular contact with my readers. After all, by joining Profits Unlimited, you become part of my exclusive readership. That's why I'll reach out to you once a week to give you my view on the markets, the stocks in our model portfolio, and what to expect in the coming weeks. I'll also send out timely trade alerts via email whenever it's time to take profits on one of our positions. These emails will tell you exactly which stock to sell, and with today's technology, you can easily do it from your phone, desktop, or tablet. It's that simple. Of course, you don't have to wait for my newsletter to arrive in the mail or for my emails to reach your inbox. Anytime you want to review an online version of the model portfolio, you can go to your members-only website 24/7. This is a secure website that you can access anywhere, anytime. It also includes every past issue, every special report, and even my trading manual. Finally, if you ever have any questions about your membership, you get complimentary access to a dedicated customer service team. Just give them a call and they can help you with whatever you need regarding your subscription. Again, once you join Profits Unlimited, you will get access to me and all of the benefits I just mentioned. You'll also receive every one of the reports I've lined up for you today, including how to ride AI's 76,000% surge to massive profits, blockchain fortunes, the company leading a $3.1 trillion revolution, and the company leading the precision medicine revolution. Those bonuses alone come to a combined value of $466, all yours for free. Best of all, you'll have me in your corner, guiding you on which stocks to buy and which to avoid so you can amass a huge windfall. Remember, I've personally hit it big on several stocks throughout my career, enough to retire many times over. And I believe you have the exact same opportunity today by buying this Midwestern company. I compare it to the time I bought Netflix for $2 a share back in 2008 and watched as the stock climbed 14,000%. It's that huge. This stock is an unbelievable bargain at today's level. Right now, shares trade at just 5 times earnings. That's 30 times less than the leading stocks in the market. But it won't be priced this low forever. Company earnings are up 94% over the past year, and they're heading higher. I believe buying the stock today could set you up for a multi-million-dollar windfall. Even starting with a small $50 investment could change your life. I don't want anything holding you back. That's why I'm giving you the chance to join Profits Unlimited today for the lowest possible price. This will give you the same level of insights my clients paid millions of dollars for when I worked on Wall Street. For them, it was the best money they ever spent. But I'm done with that. I'm tired of Wall Street, gobbling up all the profits and leaving Main Street investors in the dust. That's why we charge so little for Profits Unlimited. A full year is just $299. It's the best deal you will ever find. After all, we are crushing the performance of the stock market, and many of my readers have already written me saying my analysis has made them millionaires. Plus, when you join today, you get access to over $466 in free materials, including how to ride AI's 76,000% surge to massive profits. And I believe this one $50 stock alone could pay for your retirement. But having said all that, I'm prepared to do something truly bold. I want to make this as easy a decision for you as possible, knowing that this opportunity could make you millions. So here's what my publisher and I have decided to do. We are prepared to give you a risk-free subscription to Profits Unlimited and receive all the benefits I just mentioned for just $47. That comes out to less than $1 a week. But I want to make this an absolute no-brainer for you. So when you join today, you will also receive my full 1-year, 100% money-back guarantee. In other words, you have the next 12 months to decide if Profits Unlimited is right for you. And if it isn't, we'll give you 100% of your subscription payment back. It doesn't matter if you make money hand over fist, and if my insights generate millions of dollars for you in a single year. You must be 100% satisfied, period. The best part is you get to keep everything you receive today, no matter what happens. The 3 reports I mentioned are my gift to you for giving Profits Unlimited a try. That's my bold promise to you, and I'm making it because I am confident Profits Unlimited will make you rich. Yes, rich. Imagine $1 million pouring into your bank account. Now imagine $10 million. It's possible. Remember, the opportunity in front of us today is one of the greatest in economic history. As the artificial intelligence market climbs 76,000%. It will create trillions of dollars in value. Every business will have an opportunity to increase earnings by nearly 50%. The world's biggest companies are shoveling billions of dollars into AI and rushing to reinvent their entire business around it. And this Midwestern company is developing the final catalyst, this new memory chip that will make all of this possible. Buying this company today as it's trading for just 5 times earnings will be like buying Amazon 20 years ago before it soared 10,000%. But I must warn you that this stock will not remain this cheap for long. As its new memory technology hits the market and insiders fully catch wind of the opportunity, this stock will explode higher. So if you want to stake your claim in this red-hot industry, you must do so now. I strongly encourage you to buy the stock within the next 24 hours. Again, you can join Profits Unlimited today to receive my expert analysis on how to get rich from this technology. And since I don't want anything keeping you from these massive gains, I'm making your first year of membership 100% risk-free. You can cancel at any time in the next 12 months to get your money back. Plus, you get every bit of analysis I provide, as well as the 3 special reports you get when you sign up. I'm confident that the insights you're about to receive will make you rich beyond your wildest dreams in the years ahead. Folks from all across the country have already seen their financial lives transformed thanks to my insights. With the arrival of this even greater technology, I'm confident this is just the beginning, but you need to act fast. This technology is already on the move, rising 152% this year. If you wait any longer, the opportunity for you to make millions will be gone. For those of you watching at home, simply click on the big orange button below this video. You will receive full details on this company as soon as you click on the button. I'm confident it will be the best financial decision you ever make. Thank you for your time and congratulations. I look forward to having all of you on board. Thank you.